You can't come up here. You can't come up here. All right. You blew my opening, so let's get start with this. Good afternoon. This is Dave. What's up, Dave? It's a rainy Saturday, May 6th, I think, here in New Hampshire. As you can see, it's been raining for a couple of days. I think we're officially out of the drought season. So let me just check to see if there's audio coming through. I don't hear anything. It's a little alarming. It looks like this is going to some weird place. All right, so that works. So, all right, so what am I going to do today? It's What's Up, Dave? This is my stream in which I say hi to my friends every day and do a little bit of work. People who are following me for my blog or whatever, or are parts of the virtual co-working chat room, which you can see at davidsay.com. Let me see if I can find that screen, which would be here. Go to davidsay.com/virtual-co-working. This has all the links to our various virtual co-working experiments. So anyway, as I mentioned before, I'm a little bit feeling kind of blah today. So I want to do some stuff. According to my chat, I said I would look. Oh yeah, show and tell for the one of the shoeboxes from the basement downstairs. Let me move this camera over. Cat, don't go outside. It's wet. Oh, now you're all wet. Well, maybe I can show off the cat too. I don't think I've shown the lion cut on him yet, or not very well. But we're going to look at this box. Let's see if we can get some more light in here. I ordered some lamps that are mini par 30 lamps. Par 30 is, I think par stands for some kind of parabolic active reflector. It's the shape of a bulb that uses a regular light bulb thing. It's a spotlight that you see in track lighting. But the idea is, like, I've got these things. I might as well just look them up. I've got some. Let me switch over to the desktop here. I really need to set up keys for this, so I can press a key and it jumps to the right place. So if I go here, oh look, it's mom's. I got what was it? Shoes my sister was showing me. They were called a vertical spotlight par or BR20. What was it? Standing. These were kind of cool. Yeah, it's something like this. This is the one I ordered, but it was. The idea is that I can maybe put some of these lamps and reflect them off the ceiling, and maybe get a little bit more light in here. The lighting right here is pretty bad, but there's no real direct way of getting at it. So there's the box. There's my IKEA Calyx unit that divides this from the dining room area, which is out beyond there. But there's no real direct line of way to get light onto here. Maybe I could get a long task arm, but that might look goofy. So I'm thinking maybe putting a lamp behind this thing that points straight up, or maybe over here, and then bouncing some light off over this area up there. Maybe that would give me some light. So I ordered a couple of units to see if that is an option for me. But we shall see. I think it was this one. It was, yeah, from ProTrack. Not this one, but there was a bigger one. This I think I got these stainless steel ones. These look, yep, I purchased this yesterday. So I'm thinking this might work. But instead of putting 50 watt R20s in it, I'm getting 75 watt equivalent par 30s, which are more of a focus spot than the broad beam that a BR20 or BR30 will have. This should be big enough to hold up the longer bulb. I'm thinking that will be the idea. But anyway, let's take a look at this box thing. Let's switch the camera over to, let's see, I guess that would be Oxcam plus chat. See if we can look inside here. So this is one of the shoe boxes I have in the basement. I have like 20 or 30 of them. And what I did one day is I went through all my stuff and sorted them into empty shoe boxes. I just grouped stuff that seemed to be related. Here's my old passport. Why is that in here? There's things like this. This was the creative cootie catcher I made a few years ago. And so, you've seen these in school. So you're supposed to pick a color. Let's say build, B-U-I-L-D. And then you're supposed to pick a number. 1, time. 8, uncertainty. 1, beginner. 5, excellence. And what mood am I in? Time, not in any of these moods. Excellence, beginner, time, uncertainty. I guess I'm more facing uncertainty today, so I'm going to do 8 of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, no, I did this wrong. No, I was supposed to pick a number, and then I did it, and that just dropped me back here. And I guess what happens next? I pick one of these. I guess I'm picking 8. I think I screwed this up. This isn't worse. And it says, uncertainty is your guide. Unsure, you're getting warmer. If death is unlikely, see what happens. If you are uncertain before you start, you will be more certain after trying. What you want is on the other side. This is true. It's almost as if I wrote that. So, anyway, that's in there. It looks like there's a variety of like old cards and things like this, old driver's licenses. I'm not sure if these belong in here. I should probably move them out. Are these some old stamps? It's weird. That shouldn't be in here. Old Best Buy cards. Old credit cards. I'm not sure I should have these old credit cards in here. I should probably move this stuff out. Or put them in a little box, maybe. So things like passports. My old Star Market card. Do they still even have these? This is not an interesting card or small paper item. This is an eraser. And what's in here? Metro planning. A bunch of Hell banknotes. Oh, these are for these. You burn these to send to ancestors in one of those. There's some gum in here. I don't know what this is. It says Logitech on it. What is this? Quick start, some sort of button? I have no idea what this is. Oops. I just dropped it. What is this? Please read quick start. What is this thing? Why is it? So why do I have this? What is this? They look like little stick-on things for something, but for what? Oh, I think this is a mouse. This is for attaching our mouse to the side of something, I think. I might have come with one of my... Oh, this is like a little alcohol pad. This might have been for... I have a mouse, a really thin mouse. Maybe this was for mounting on the side of your notebook or something like this. Dimly recall something silly like that. I'm not sure why it belongs in this box. So this box clearly needs to be sorted at some point, because there's stuff in here that probably doesn't belong. I mean, these paper umbrellas, I think, probably belong in there. This sticker, ancient swag, Omega high power rocketry. What are these? Those? Yeah, there's mysterious things in here that I don't remember. Mary Phillip Designs, Familia skateboard shop. This looks like swag from a PAX or something like this. Or this might have been from South by Southwest. Listen, here it's a card. What is this? This looks like handmade. PXC ACOM TW. Oh, this is from, these were the waffle. These are for those Danish waffle cookies I got in Taiwan one year. Here's a pack of international currencies. 100 different banknotes. Here's some book plates. So some of these things are paper that belong in here. Some of these don't belong in here. So all this stuff looks like it belongs. These cards, this passport, probably belongs somewhere else. I think maybe I'll put them in this tin box. If this actually has gum in it, I should just chew this gum. Actually, it's kind of neat as an artifact. Let's go leave it in there. This, though, I'm not sure belongs in there, but it's mysterious. I'll put that with the rest of the money. I put this other stuff in here. I'm not sure what to do about this. But I think that concludes the review of what is in the box labeled interesting cards and small paper items. That was kind of restorative, just looking to see what's in there. So, all right. One thing I could do is, like, I have these cards. I want to make typewritten versions of these, but I had to refurbish the typewriter. So I wonder. So I need typewriter ribbon. Let me look at it. Let me look over on desktop plus on Amazon again. Typewriter ribbon. I mean, how do you even know what kind to get? Is it universal typewriter ribbons? How do I know what size? Let me grab this typewriter. So yes, I have a typewriter here that my good friend Sarah Caesar Prindeville Caesar gave me. I think it belonged to her dad. And she asked if I wanted it, and I said, yes, please. This is a good opportunity to dust this thing off, too. So, it's this. Let's take a look. Let's go back to okay. It's dusty, so I should dust this thing off first. We go get a duster. Hey, kitty. Usually when I'm talking, you think I'm talking about you, and you come over. But this time, you're huddled over there. Because I didn't pick you up? Is that what it is? All right. Maybe we'll bring you over here after I dust this off. Let me go. This duster looks dusty. Let's dust this off a bit. So this has been dry for a long time. It was just sitting in the Prindeville basement. So it hasn't been used in quite some time. I'm even not sure how to open it. So I think what it does is you do this. This must pop up. Is that a button? No? Yeah, there's just springs holding it in. There's more dust, so it uses these. And I guess I should measure that to see how wide it is. They're tiny, too. It looks like I can, at max, get... It's a good thing I opened it. So let's see. This is a weird scale. So it looks like the ribbon width is, it looks like it's 1/2 inch. No, it's a little bit more than that. It's like, it's 1, 2, 3. What is the scale? 1, 2, 3, and this is measured in tenths of an inch. I guess, oh, here's the other side. Okay. So this would be, let's go with the 16ths. It's kind of dark in here. What is the width of this? It looks like it's about half an inch. Yeah, I would say it's half inch. And the diameter of these are 2 inches. So now if I look back over here, I guess these are half-inch cloth. It looks like this has a correcting, but we don't want that, do we? Let's take a look at this. I don't know if this is a good price or not. So it's how wide are these spools? Two inches. Maybe I just type in the name of this thing. This is a consul something, right? This is a, who makes this? I think this goes in like this. On the back it says, made in Czechoslovakia. I think it's in good shape. I also have to figure out how to oil this thing. I think I gotta take the bottom panel off. It looks like it unscrews. It's made of some sort of metal. And then I can get at the innards and vacuum it out if necessary. And oil it, lubricate it. I don't know if you need to take the thing completely apart to do that. I think it's recommended you do. Then this platen looks real dry. I don't know if that can be refurbished. Seems like it's in okay condition. It's beautiful though. So let me type in consul. Sometimes people make it Consul Brigitte Claudia Din and other typewriters. What is the name of this? Let me look. Consul typewriter. The internet is amazing. Is it this one I have? A 1960s Consul Comet? It doesn't say Comet on it. This is the one that, this looks like this one. Or this one. Or this one. Yeah, I think this is it. Typewriter database. It's a 1962. Looks a little different than mine. Mine's looks a little bit different on the back. I don't know why that top plate is a different color. Work craft balance. Vintage typewriter. It's 19s. I wonder what. 40 bucks. It's blue, yes. Yeah, tell me what the name was of it again. Let's go back up here. Above the console 232. Let's check the. This looks very much like it. Console 232. Typewriter review. Looks like it. Certain tranquility. The tight alignment is bad. It's a writer's typewriter. That's nice. Console 232 ribbons. Someone has them on eBay for $7. And free shipping. That seems cheaper than eBay. Or not eBay, cheaper than Amazon. No results. Well, I'm guessing these must be universal size. So this is barely 4 cents cheaper, but this is the same product that's on eBay. So it looks like you get these go for about $7. I wonder if there's a name for this size. Okay, here's the 1 in 15/16 spool. That's what I have. Let's try searching for this. 1 in 15/16 spool, ribbon, corrector. I think this is what I want. Let's look at this. Again, this is... looks like I could just take a chance on this. It might just work. How does the correcting function work, though? This is shift. Do the shift key, so hit the bottom. How do you get there's a ribbon shift, isn't there? How does that work again? I thought there was some sort of control that would do it. It's not the shift key. This key is correct. Maybe it's here. This whole mechanism would have to lift up, though, to do that, or this would have to move. You know what? Maybe it doesn't do it. So I think I'm just going to get the solid one. This doesn't look like this is not a lifting mechanism, so there's no way it would work it. So if that's going like this, yeah, this is the shifting thing. So that's bottom and that's the top, and it always hits here, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just get a regular solid ribbon. That should do it. All right, so something's decided. That's kind of exciting. I guess I'm sharing my Saturday morning goof off with everybody. But the goal is to get to a point where I'm actually doing something that moves some other projects forward. This is the warm-up. Move this out of the way. So the next thing I was thinking was trying to design a weekend version of the ETP, the Emergent Task Planner. And that is this thing. This is yesterday's, the one I filled out yesterday. Go to Oxcam again. Keep screwing this up. That's weird. Webcam plus Oxcam, webcam plus desktop. All right, I should make this dual. I'll do that later. So here's yesterday's. Let's bring this down. So what do we got? Yesterday was like a really foggy day. I got up really early to do this tire swap. It was like about 5. Got to the tire store. I was like, didn't have very much sleep. I did do the Groundhog Day Resolutions. I did do the tire swap. Did do a security review. Didn't do that. So anyway, after I got the tire swapped, I did a little bit of work on my Groundhog Day Resolutions, which I should go over. And then just kind of like lost focus for the rest of the day. I went back to go to sleep. So I slept for another 4 hours to catch up on what was missing. Woke up, still was feeling very fuzzy-headed. Thought I might be dehydrated. So I did that. Oh, Dom says it's from Czechoslovakia, the typewriter. Dom, do you know anything about typewriters? Just talking in the chat room. Let's see. Then I did the What's Up Dave stream. Did a little bit of ETP design. Then like some security issues that popped up for some WordPress sites that I'm monitoring. And then the rest of the day was, actually this is billable. Discussion. The rest of the day was just fuzzy. I did play The Elder Scrolls Online afterwards with someone, with Strudel in the chat room. The goal was to get to level 10 by this weekend, so did that to see if the game starts getting fun. Doesn't seem to be a very group-friendly game, though. And so it was kind of a mess yesterday. One thing I thought maybe I should drop my 2024 goals, because maybe I have too many things I'm trying to do at the same time, and it's all of them. Yeah, I didn't think I was being overwhelmed by them, but I would say that I am being... Top knows I use Google. I thought I was not being overwhelmed by the number of goals that I have, but I think maybe I'm experiencing what's it called when you go to the supermarket aisle and the cereal aisle and you can't pick the cereal you want because there's so many of them. There's a name for that. It's called that's called something. Decision, indecision, decision something. So anyway, that was a thought. Is there a reason I need to do all my 2024 goals? Let's look at them and see what they were again. Okay, I wish I had a button I could just go desktop and it would go desktop, but it doesn't. So let me go back over here and 2024 goals, Dave say. Too lazy to type in my own website. Let Google do the walking. So, what happened? So yeah, these are goals I had come up with in 2014 that I wanted to do, like to continue to work on a video game, and so there's some progress in that. Tackle illustration, then become a better illustrator. The creative independence thing, that's the side business stuff, that's ongoing. Compose some music, see what that's like. Write some thinking software, because I think that would be cool. And like learn to make things. And cook. But you know, as I'm looking at these, I think at the time it was important to do this exercise because I thought there would be a pattern that would be revealed. And the pattern that I think was revealed there was that there are certain creative things I want to do. But I'm not sure if they're really the goals I want anymore. You know, this has been 2 or 3 years then. Since then, I've discovered some other things to do that are satisfying. You know, the big one is like this virtual co-working chat that we have now. So people milling around doing things, that's the energy that I think I was missing. But now, all those goals, I think they're going to happen anyway. So maybe instead of having generic goals, or sort of like your categorical goals, each of those goals actually, this is an example of a career that I could have had. I think that's what it was. That's maybe what I meant. So I could have been a game developer. I got out of the game industry. Illustration was something that I've always been fascinated and liked to look at, but I never really got into it because I thought I sucked at it. Having my own stationery business is kind of a career. Composing, music composition is something that, like you, I could imagine falling into if I had any patience for musical instruction. Thinking tools. This is like going down the line of being the career of, I don't know, like a thought leader in knowledge management consulting software, and sell my business to IBM or to Compaq or HP or something like that. Fabricate. This is the life of being a maker, making things. It's just something. These are all appealing things to me, but I think I think my goals have changed, actually. The most recent thing, this is a good segue to Groundhog Day Resolutions. So yesterday, let me go to Just Plus Check and go to yesterday's post. You like that picture, like that camera shot of my hand? Action shot. So, check the light blast. Oh, Dom is saying that I need to capture El Sueño for closure. That's the big bad guy in Tom Clancy Wildlands, that online game. You're right, Dom. You're right. That's why you're more focused than I am. So, yeah. So here was yesterday's Groundhog Day Resolutions post, or like I do this every month on. Well, first is Groundhog Day Resolutions on February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. Then there's a review on March the 3rd, 3/3, and another one on 4/4, April 4th, and another one on May 5th. And you get the idea. The next one will be on June 6th, which happens to be my friend Aaron's birthday. I think. Is that right? This is a bunch of June birthdays. Actually, my dad's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Dad. I sent him an email. So what was I saying? The key thing with Groundhog Day Resolutions this year is Roberto in the chat room was talking about these objective key result methods. And apparently this is something that successful companies have done. I think I've lost audio. Oh, no, wait, I haven't. And so I've been making up lists of specific things to do. So the idea of an OKR is you have an objective that's good for the business, that moves the business forward. And then you have a quantifiable result that you will do in a period of time that fulfills that objective in some way. So for example, like if I want to say I want to improve my prospects for design work by finding more clients. So that would be the objective. That's tied to a general strategy of improving one's business, or general bin, let's say. And then the specific key result, which has to be, again, quantifiable. You might say, I will talk to 3 people about my business this week. And that would move things forward. You know, I like this a lot because it ties in with my concrete goals tracker design. This is before I had heard of OKRs. But anyway, so I've been starting to do these, and these are the missing link between my big, fat overall goals and specific implementation. But the big insight from this past month is like I flipped around my business equation. My business equation for the past couple of years has been develop the cool side business, which is the stationery business, and develop marketing tools and like use that to build recurring revenue. So I can, as Warren Buffett says, or advises us, to figure out how to make money as you sleep. Otherwise, you'll end up working until you die, which doesn't sound great to me. What happened here? Just screwed up some formatting, it looks like. So, but anyway, I'm saying like the business goal, instead of focusing purely on the mechanics of having a side business, is I realized that I really just I've always liked the blogging stuff. And I didn't know how I could directly monetize it, and the very idea of monetizing my blog was kind of disgusting. I didn't like it. So we're near show and tell. So I'm going to include show and tell. What's up? Okay, that's here it is. And the reason why I don't, it seemed, there was something about trying to monetize my blog that seemed impure. And a lot of people would say that, the reality is that you need to make money from stuff that you're doing, especially if you're putting a lot of time into it. But I decided, okay, well, I'm not I'm just not going to make money for it. I'm just going to do it because I think it's important to me. And so, the realization that I had last week was that making the blog and now making the virtual co-working space and doing these live streams, this is a way for me to share a certain belief in a certain kind of community energy and a certain kind of attitude. For me, I believe in sharing what I know, and not being a dick about it. Although that's not always true. Um, but it's because the stuff that I know how to do today is because other people have taken the time to show me. They didn't have to. They didn't have to spend like hours like teaching me stuff like, how does a for next loop work in BASIC, when they had perfectly other, much better things to do. And the other thing is that there's been so many times when people have given me advice on how to do something, and I get the stripped down version of it, and it turns out those people really didn't know what they were talking about, and they particularly didn't know who I was. So by sharing what I'm doing, in Daw's messy glory, I mean, like the way I'm talking right now, and I'm, have when I do my co-working streams, like struggling with programming projects and solving problems like this, that's the real experience of it. And you don't need to sit there and watch the whole thing, but you can see there's someone here that's having the same problems that I am, and they're solving it this way. That might work. So there's two things that you get out of that. One is that you're not alone in this. It's hard. Maybe for some people it isn't, but for a lot of people it is. You can take comfort in that. And two, there's a way through it. And I guess the soft third thing would be like if we share what we're doing and we're honest about it, we can all move forward. That's something I very much believe in. And the virtual co-working chat room is turning out to be an extension of that, shared with other people. Before it was just me, just blowing off steam on my blog, or just yelling at people that I knew about like the horrible state of creative community nearby. But there are other people who believe in it too. And finding those people and getting together and creating that positive energy is probably the most important thing I've ever done, I think. And I'm not taking credit for the chat room, other than just having one. And then maybe being firm in how I want it to develop. I've had communities before in the past where I've been allowed more democracy, so to speak. So everyone could have their say, and because everyone's opinion was equally valid. I don't believe in that anymore. This is my space. These are my rules. This is what I believe in. If you don't believe in this and you don't want to adhere to the rules that I've put in place to make this space possible with the ambience that I want, you don't have to be here. You can go start your own space. That's my attitude about it now. And so I think this is a attitude that I should have learned much earlier, but at least better late than never, right? So I'm looking at my Groundhog Day Resolutions review, and this is really just describing, some of the things I'm talking about right now, like reducing the number of projects, what I did. Here I'm saying I'm reconsidering the 10-year goal push. I really should drop them. I'll set them aside. They served their purpose for a couple of years to define, I guess, alternative careers I wish I'd had. But the career I think I'm finding now is developing this community space because I want to. And this is kind of a monetization thought. And it's related to some talks I've had with my friend Gary, who runs several creative businesses, all of which, if the customers of these creative businesses knew that he was also doing that other stuff, they wouldn't believe that he was capable of doing it and assume that his stuff was somehow not good enough. Like for example, like if you make soda pop and you're like a soda pop connoisseur craftsperson, you get famous for making a certain kind of strawberry soda pop. But then you also make hardcore vodka, like in the backyard or something, and you have your secret vodka clients. So if the vodka people knew that you made soda pop, and the soda pop people knew you made like really, really nasty vodka of a certain vintage, they might believe, well, how can you possibly be good at making soda pop and vodka? And this is bizarre thinking to me, because I totally believe it's possible, because there's certainly probably transferable things there. But I think in a generic business sense, in a general business sense, people want someone to specialize in one thing. And they can't wrap their head around, especially if there's some sort of like a lifestyle or moral component. Let's say the vodka people are like swinging partiers who are also anarchists. and the soda pop people are like sweet moms who like dress up their kids like animals. Those two communities don't necessarily mesh together, and if there's strong associations with those product lines, you create a dissonance in your brand identity. So he keeps them all separate. Anyway, I'm digressing. He made a distinction between the work he does for his friends, the people who are close to him, and the things that he does for other people as a market. And so, because like the market, and I've read this in other places, maybe it was in Seth Godin's Tribes book, your market is not the same as your sustaining community. That's how, or your sustaining tribe. However, that doesn't mean that there's some overlap. Perhaps your sustaining tribe, like people who like fancy stationery, they're also going to like, if you sell fancy stationery that's, for the masses, they might like some of that stationery too, but, there's some overlap, but it's not the same. Like the stuff that you do for the people who are close to you, those skills and those insights can be used to drive a completely different line of stuff that draws from that, but isn't you. And I think that's where I was stuck on for a very long time. Anyway, so separating the community from the business, that was the big insight for me yesterday, or the last week, I should say. So that said, how long I've been prattling on about this? 41 minutes. So what I was going to do is I was actually going to go look at the making a weekend version of the Emergent Task Planner. This thing here. So let's do that. Why don't we? Okay, so let me go down to Illustrator. Opening Illustrator. And I'm going to make a quickie adaptation for the weekend ETP. And then I'm going to write down capture sueño on that and things of that nature. So I guess I'm going to pull this master up and I'm going to save this as. Save a copy. No, save as, I mean. We will save this as, I think I'll call that WETP. And this is based off the, actually it's not a variant. Let's make it as an Illustrator PDF just to save myself some time. All right, so, oops, I just lost the stream. Something weird happened. There it goes. Stupid Illustrator. So this is going to be the weekend ETP. The Emergent, we'll call it the Emergent Weekender. The Emergent we'll call it that for now. The EWP, like my naming convention isn't confusing enough. I'll eventually make a page for that called the WETPA. That's a terrible name. WEWP. Yoop. If someone has a better name, please tell me, all right? So organize your week. Let's just change this. We don't know what this design is going to be yet. So I want to keep the day grid. Day grid's cool. And let's see. 3 fun things for the sake of fun. the least work-like, the better. Recharge your batteries. Let your circuits, let your brain meets rest. And you know what? No time tracking. Or you know what it is? Instead of time tracking, that is odd. I just realized this is completely off where it's supposed to be. And this will be a checkbox, I think. Maybe it's fun to fill in bubbles. Do we want bubbles on this or not? I don't know. Yeah. If you get these chores done, you'll feel much better about your house. It's true. Other stuff comes up too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These would be nice to do, but whatever. Oops. But if they happen, they happen. No big deal. I'm going to shift these around too. I don't think I'm going to put these right here. That's what I'm thinking of doing. What the hell? Why is this computer so slow? Let's group this. Let's group this. All this stuff is this place. Oops. Is for doodling and dreaming. This space is for dreaming about the future. I think I'll call it that. It's okay to. It's okay capitalize. Just keep some notes here too about stuff. So what I want to do is I want to make this actually look different than the other one. And I want to prioritize this. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this group and why am I isolated? I'm going to take this group and move it down here. Oops, I didn't care about the whole thing. Why didn't these come along? These are locked because they're in the bubble. I guess I can't group them that way. So I'm going to take this group and move it down here. And I'm going to take this group and move it up here. Let me make sure this lines up. Is that enough? It should be here. And then the rest of these go back up here. Oops, looks like we lost some stuff. Put this back up here. What is with this shit? Obey my selections. I don't think I meant to do that. Trying to get some more space here. I guess I'll just remove this last line. And it's too much. One, two, it's like not a lot of space. I need to move this down a bit. I kind of want these all to line up here, but maybe that's not necessary. I'm lining this line so these are all the same spacing, or they should be. All right. Looks like this whole thing could be spread out a little bit too. But I think these have the same alignment. No, they're not aligned the same. It's surprising. Maybe it was a necessary. I think that at one time they used to. So then I need to change the numbering on all these. Because this part's for dreaming. 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I was trying to establish a kind of prioritization here. Oh, these other things you could be doing. I think I missed 22, 20, 21, 22, 3. This is the Emergent weekend plan. Yep. This is kind of an amusing thing. At least it looks different. Maybe I should give it more fun colors too. That'd be good. So in my swatches, I should be able to. So I define these as base colors. So instead of blue and orange, what would be better? Let's see. Look. I used to have a green version of the tool. Is purple more festive? That's a fun weekend color. Green reminds me of spring, which is kind of why I like that color. Green and orange. Green and orange is kind of pleasant. Let's just kind of go with there. I can find the Pantone spot color for this later. Let's go with this color. Those shades follow along with it, and then for orange, we'll go with the orange. Oops, what am I doing? I screwed it up. I'm going to go to HSB. What's a good color? Green and blue, purple. Apple 2 colors, red and pink. Kind of like this. I don't know. I think these need to be more harmonious colors. The orange actually kind of works well, I think. Green and green, green and blue. That has a kind of weird mouthwash feel to it. Green and this has just. I mean, these are fun colors. Like, if you don't have a whole bunch of text like this. So I think green and orange is just the way to go. Let's look, see how that needs to be a darker green. Maybe a little bit. Let's see if a nice fresher green color. All right, I'm not sure how this will print, but it could be that I could make these different colors too. Oh, that's up a whole nother thing. All right, let's just see if this thing flies. Do we want these bubbles here? I don't know. That might be useful for time tracking. Instead of tracking total time, though, maybe we'll make a big checkbox here. Okay, let me save this. Let's print this sucker out. Put that into the basement. In the meantime, we want to fix that other file because there was an error in it. This is not lining up clearly. Oops. That is not what. Okay. Did I not print the right one? Open recent files. Okay, that was weird. So here, this is screwed up. This is supposed to be lined up here. I wonder if that total time bubble is necessary. I think some people like it though. Okay. So there's the new form. I wonder if I should put that text back in, but we'll see what it looks like. Dude, I'm getting hungry too. The green is so light I can't read it. But it's because I probably should have picked a better color, but I think you can work with this. So here's my weekend plan sheet. Let's look at them side by side, shall we? So here's the regular one. This one has a different layout. And the reason I changed the colors and changed the layout is just so they actually look different. This one, there must be some way of making this look more fun. But I will think about that. So let's give it a try, don't we? Why don't we? So I woke up today at noon. So I'm going to mark this here. And this is all sleeping. Goofing off. 12. When did I start this stream? Actually, let me go back to Oxcam plus chat. close this. And close this. And I forgot what I was doing. Did I close Chrome by accident? Nope, that's still going. So what was I doing? Oh, I was like looking to see how long I've been streaming. This has been streamed for an hour, so it's 1:25 now, so I must have started this at 1:15. 12:15 or 12:35, something like that. I need to go sleep early tonight because tomorrow I'm driving early in the morning. So 12. Let's just say 12. This is the What's Up Dave weekend. And starting here. So fun things to do for the sake of fun. I'm actually really bad at thinking of things to do for fun. Wow, this is already challenging me. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, there are chores. I need to mail a postcard. I need to... Yeah, well, these are the low priority. Do dishes. Oh, I also need to, this is a chore, move tires inside. Yeah, it's raining. I was hoping it wouldn't be raining. What am I going to do for fun? One of the things for fun I did was this. What's up, Dave? Design something. Although this is very work-like. And the least work-like, the better, is what I said. And I need to let my weekday brain meats rest. All right, so what do I do for fun? El Sueño seems like work. It involves looking at a screen, too. I'll put El Sueño in the chores. I guess I could level up on an ESO, but I don't really feel like it. There is a chore thing that I would like to do. Well, let me work on the doodle area here. So this space is for dreaming about the future. Do you know what's in what I would love? I dream of a clean basement where I can putter around making things. So I'm just going to put that there. I'm not going to write down anything about it. But if I end up doing something that looks like it's related to that, maybe I'll put that in. All right, let's see how this works. I'm not sure if this is really going to be an effective form. Yeah, I'll post a copy of this in... Yeah, I'll post a copy of this online in the Patreon, for Patreon supporters and people who are in the virtual co-working chat room. Although I need to figure out then how to set that all up. So maybe I won't do it. So, but I need to list some more things that are fun. One, I want to make... what movies are out? Isn't Guardians of the Galaxy, didn't that open on Friday? Be packed. I'm going to go to the Asian grocery store and buy a ridiculous snack. That's kind of a chore though, but I'm new at this, so give me a break. It would be nice to watch a movie, but I don't really feel like watching anything. I wanted to see that movie Free Fire, was it called? But I think it's out of the theaters already, so I missed it. What can I do the rest of my brain meets? Watching Invader Zim is not a bad idea. So that means going into the basement and finding it. The basement is a big blocking point. What should I do? I gotta think of maybe something will pop up. I'm not gonna stress about it now. I have some direction now, at least, and I can think about how to make this form. Make this form a little bit more engaging. Right now, it looks very much too work-like. You know what? Let me jump in there again and make some adjustments. Brain meets. So that's whooped. That's this document. Let's adjust that green color while we're in here. That's ugly. I want to make this more darker and more handsome. All right, so that's maybe it'll print a little bit better, but what was I going to do with this? Actually, I'm going to move this whole space up. I was trying to align them on the things, but maybe that's not necessary. That might be okay. It's sort of in the middle. I forgot what I was going to do with this. Oh, I guess that's it. I can't remember. Okay, so that's the What's Up Day for today. I'm going to attempt to find things to do for fun for the sake of fun, to relax my brain meets. Going to the Asian store, at least I'll see someone there. I kind of want to make a pastry, but the weather is bad for that. Maybe I'll find a new food to try. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.